Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. If you saw my first segment of the day, which I hope you did and I hope you enjoyed, then you know I'm real tired today. I gotta take a nap or something. But first I was finishing up on Twitter and then I saw these tweets and I'm like, dude, how could I not talk about this? I need to do one more segment. Like, I'm confused. And now you viewing this video, be confused with me and have a laugh with me. Let's take a look. We got this one first off, 20k views. Person says, "Let's go. No more transphobe wolf." Okay, first of all, her calling out harassment, this does not make her a transphobe. Second, that person just can't read. Very sorry to hear that. Very concerned for you. She's not like leaving the world. She's not like leaving the internet. She's not like quitting as a VTuber. She's just going indie. She's still gonna be around. So I guess this person can stay mad. This one's funny. It says that she's also ableist. So this is like the tactic where people fail at smearing someone's reputation with buzzwords and they just try like using more buzzwords. Yeah, okay, good luck with that. We got this person. This one is infamous because this is one of those allies who was harassing people, according to my recollection. And even a lot of trans people were calling out people like this as terrible allies who were just making things worse for everybody. Anyways, they say, "Keep in touch with your trans VTuber friends for the next couple of days or so. That comfy wolf announcement is sure to be another catalyst for a hate campaign. Use block and report liberally. In case it wasn't clear enough before, me and what platform and spaces I do have support trans lives, black and indigenous lives, Jewish lives, and the lives of anyone marginalized by society over the hurt feelings of an internet celebrity. Human lives over cis woman tears." It's kind of weird. That kind of implies that she's not like a human. Like, what the frick? I told you before, man, there's like some serious misogyny going on with the hate campaign that's been against a number of the VTubers. It is like people who stream Hogwarts Legacy in general. I pointed out many times, like, the people targeted the most by the harassment campaigns were women, and I think that is not coincidence. Anyways, this person's takes are routinely so bad that even large amounts of trans people don't even like them. So, continuing. This one's confusing. Silvervale and Vey leaving VShojo has people saying awful, defamatory, and transphobic things about fruit, apricot, and trans people in general. Okay, I just want to comment on the transphobic thing about fruit. Wait, she's not trans, is she? Did I miss the memo here? Like, is this another one of those things where I'm gonna like question that and then I'm gonna get backlash for like hating someone's headcanon when all I'm doing is asking a question? Is this person's headcanon that fruit is trans? Like, what's going on here? I don't even know. Moving on. There's a whole giant thread here, 41,000 plus views. Yeah, I told you I had to take a nap, dude. It's starting to catch up with me more and more. I already drank too much caffeine. I'm not gonna overdo it on that, so I gotta make do. Excuse me. Reads, "Can't wait for more death threats because the trans community caused Silvervale to leave VShojo." Person then added all this, but I'm too tired to read this all. I just want to laugh at some funny stuff. There's got to be a shorter comment around here. What's this? Wait, what? "She played the wizard game. People called her out on it. She had a terrible response and said she was harassed and doxxed by Twitter freaks." Actually, that seems like a pretty good response. Like, what is she supposed to call people who harass and try to dox her? Twitter freak is totally a fine thing to call them, is it not? I would even argue that's probably one of the more mild things that she could have called them. And then we got this one with over 1,100 likes and 72,000 plus views. Post 4 images I'm not going to show. It's got a bunch of profanity and stuff, and I'm way too lazy to edit that all right now. But anyways, the take says, "Pay attention how the replies are mostly normal, upset, but supportive or just surprised, compared to the quote retweets on Fruit's polite response. If it's more trans people, that's throwing Silver under the bus, according to them. But harassment is never okay, though, huh?" Interestingly enough, that person actually gets an answer to their question, and their reaction, their response to that is to hide it. Replies hidden, and there you go. The OP then adding that it's disappointing that you don't even need to be trans to get this absurd harassment. Just being supportive of us is enough to drive these people to extreme harassment. I don't know about that. Like, speaking in general now for myself, I covered Hogwarts Legacy stuff, and I went out of my way in many of the segments to talk about how plenty of trans people were not harassing people, were just cool and chill, and or even actually playing Hogwarts Legacy. And I haven't had any harassment from these like groups of people that you're alleging, so I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is some people are just weird and or they're just toxic. And then it gets even worse when some weird toxic people decide to do weird toxic things and then they try and say that any criticism they get for doing like stuff like harassing and doxing is just transphobia. Like, that's obviously just ridiculous. And once again, I will also point out that there's been a lot of trans people calling out that sort of behavior. So shouts out to those people. And even for myself, if you look up like official definitions for gender nonconforming, you go on like hrc.org or whatever. I mean, it pretty much describes me, if you see like my pictures and stuff, I would like that would definitely apply. Now, all that said, I don't really care too much about these definitions for a number of reasons, like who made them and why should I care what they think or say? I'm just gonna be myself. But the point still stands. If we're gonna talk about this Twitter activism and whatnot, I technically would fall under that category. A lot of people seem to use these sort of definitions and whatnot, so I'll play ball, okay? As a gender non-conforming person, I have no issue with Silvervale calling out Twitter freaks, etc., etc., etc. Actually, I think Silvervale's pretty funny. And just thinking about her saying Twitter freak kind of makes me want to hear her say it again. Let's run it back to the original clip.
We are going to play a game, and I will preface this that I do not condone the ideals of this author. I just want to be a wizard, and I want to play my wizard game that made my childhood worth living and the adventures that I went on with my friends. And I'm gonna be a wizard, and we're gonna enjoy this game, and I will not be bullied by a bunch of Twitter freaks with nothing better to do with their lives. Be nice to people. If you want to make changes, go make actual changes instead of harassing streamers on the internet. LGBT people are awesome. Twitter people are not awesome. F you. Wizard game!
Okay, it was definitely satisfying hearing her say Twitter freaks again. Like, the way she said it, man, there's just something about it. Oh, it's great. But I forgot how mild her take was. Like, after reading all these months of people saying the worst stuff about her, despite the fact that I already watched this clip multiple times, I forgot it was that mild. Wait, she like literally disavowed JK. She literally stood up for LGBT people, including T. Like, some people seem to forget that. And all she did was disavow Twitter freaks. You know, the harassers and doxers and all that. And somehow that still got spun into her being a transphobe and whatever else. Like, wow. Like, what more could she have done? Again, she disavowed JK. She said she supports LGBT people and they're awesome. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. Because how dare she talk about the harassment and doxing that was going on? Like, what? How does this possibly, in anyone's mind, seem like a good move to like get mad at her for that? And then you wonder why that's like a bad PR move on your end. Like, why are people upset? I can't imagine why. We only wanted to harass and insult and say misogynistic, sexist things about this woman who did like literally nothing wrong, and even says she supports LGBT people. But yeah, let's go harass her, do awful things to her, and then play the victim afterwards, and then be shocked that public perception towards us is not very good, and that even other trans people are not happy with us. Yeah, I can't imagine why. Oh my gosh. In conclusion, do you also remember when there were people upset at Silvervale for her color scheme being like similar to the trans flag? Anyways, in conclusion, that was a fun trip down recent memory lane. This stuff happened, what, like 2 months ago? So not that long ago, but still. Hope you enjoyed this segment. I mean, to be fair, we also took a look at a bunch of new stuff in the segment too. Just the end was kind of like some prior stuff. But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will see you there. And of course, in the next segment, which will be tomorrow.